Yo, what it do, man? We back at it, man. We today live. We in the Hush Boutique, man. And today, man, I got my guy with me, man. This is very special. I feel privileged to be sitting next to this brother right here, man. He's been making moves throughout just the city, the town, and just his journey and just what he's doing is just so priceless, man. And I'm kind of blessed to have the exclusive, man. And I'm sitting here, man, with no other.
I'm blessed
Mr.
too.
Lavish Curt.
I'm blessed too, man. Thanks for having me,
Young
man.
icon.
Young icons.
I love it. I love it, man. And thank you, man, for the opportunity to sit down with me, man, because,
Thank you.
bro,
The spot is beautiful, man. Appreciate you, man.
bro, it was only right to bring you in the building where I knew it was
Appreciate you.
plushness. You know what I mean? It just matches your whole aura. It matches everything you bring into the table. You know, the whole young icons, man, the lavish, it was all a marriage, champ. It was a no-brainer, B. But, yo, man, just first and foremost, before we get into this, bro, congratulations on your success.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Like, Major, my flowers, I salute you, your work ethic, the way you drop everything, the way you let the culture know what you got going on. Because a lot of cats say they doing stuff, but you don't really see it.
Nah, yeah.
But they'll sit there and give you a whole story. And it's like, but what are you doing? We live in a time and place where you kind of got to see the work.
Right. I think now we get a chance to like show people the process of what we doing. And you really couldn't see that back in the days.
Nah.
We didn't know how things was going on. So I think the process is real important for me to show people, because you show people like in detail that you could do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't just want people to see me and be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want people to see that the steps
work.
that I'm taking, like you could do it too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You do this, invest in yourself, and pay attention to your surroundings.
That's key.
That's very key.
Because, you know, we live in a time and place where everybody's kind of latching. But they latching for all the wrong reasons and not the right reasons. You know what I'm saying? And they just kind of jumping on board because everything is where it looks hot, it's popping. You know what I mean? And they not with you at home 3 a.m.
Nah. Oh, in the editing room.
You know what I mean? And you got to be up for the next one, and you got to be up for the next one. You know what I mean? Everybody ain't getting all that, man. But let's start from the essence of it all, man. Where did it all start from for you, King?
Well, for me, I started as a music artist at first. So I was doing music, and I
had a label.
Yeah. The artist was supposed to be my little brother Antoine, who passed away.
Okay, God bless.
Rest in peace, Twan. So I was, supposed to. It really was for him, and then I started doing music too. So I wasn't bad.
Okay, you was rapping. You was doing. What was you doing?
I was doing.
Both?
Rapping and like vibey type music, like Party Next Door vibe.
Right.
You know, I like the women. Women and have a good time. So
of course, that's what we doing. That's the zone.
Yeah, that's my vibe. But then I started to realize what I wanted to do and what was destined for me to do. You get into a battle with those two. So I wanted to rap because that's what I seen growing up.
Okay.
But what I was attracting was something way bigger. But I was in my own way as an artist. I want to be a music artist. I want to, you know what I'm saying? You grow up with the Lil Waynes, the 50 Cents. You see the T.I.s, and you just seen one man looking like he's killing it and everything. You're like, I want to be that. But really, it really takes a team. And to be an artist is a very different breed to me. Like I went on this tour in Miami. It was like a Florida. We did a show on South Beach, and then we went to Tampa. And that experience let me know right there that I didn't want to be an artist.
Now let me ask you this: you being from up here, up top, you going down to Florida, trying to cater to that crowd. How was that for you?
That's what made me figure out that I like the music creation.
Okay, you like to do the recipe.
Being an actual artist wasn't my thing. The rehearsing I don't like being on stage.
Okay,
that's not my thing. So like I figured out quickly what my environment and what my element was.
Right.
And it wasn't on stage, and it wasn't rehearsing, and it wasn't like I like the creative part of it.
Right. You like to cook up. You like to be in the kitchen. You the chef.
Yep. I like to be in the lab.
You the one that's behind where everybody in the hors d'oeuvres come out and they want to know.
And there's a spot for that too, but they don't show us that growing up.
Of course, because they just want to focus on the front runner.
The front runner.
They don't want to focus on the team that's behind the front runner, that's pushing the front runner to get to the.
That's what they're not showing.
And right now, you know, it's funny how times and the essence has changed. Where now it's more of the backdrop more than the front now.
Yep.
Now I'm gonna give you a time and place. Remember when BET and MTV used to do the making of the behind the scenes.
Yep.
That's when they started showing us the actual reality.
And that was just a glimpse.
I was a very
That
small
was
glimpse.
it's like, oh, what's going on?
Because it was only a half an hour show. So it only really gave you 8 to 10 minutes.
Right.
Then they had to go into the video.
And then it wasn't glorified either.
No.
It was just behind the scenes. It wasn't like, but now the process is getting a lot of light now.
Yeah, and the people that's more behind the scenes are doing more shining too now.
Yep.
And they're able to grow. That's the fly part about all that too as well. You know what
Appreciate
I mean?
you, my guy.
So that's what makes the game even better now. Because now, the stylist is getting shot out.
Right.
You know what I mean? The camera guys, the photographers, everybody's kind of getting more of their own light where they can showcase their greatness.
And having these conversations too, these conversations were never really had and not at this level that people are seeing it. Like even as a culture, we're talking more now. We're having conversations like maybe in the 90s and 80s that happened on the side, or maybe imagine if they would have had podcasting in the 90s. That would have been crazy.
But you know what? We kind of had that. You think about it.
What?
I'm going to bring you
not
back.
Not at the level that isn't now.
We're not at the level, but it was mixed. And I'll say that because we had MTV Raps.
Okay.
Before they showed the videos, they talked to the artists a little bit. So they had to do both. They had to play videos and they had to find out a little bit about the artist. It wasn't just focused on kicking it to the artist like the podcast is. You had the Ralph McDaniels, the video music boxes. That's I really patted my whole style.
You know your homework.
I patted my 49.
Right.
I done watched the whole, and I patted my whole, behind all that as well because he touched the people. He went outside to the culture. He went to the club. So it was like, me growing up, Ralph McDaniel's going to be at this spot. We got to go there today because he was for the people. The other spots, they don't do all that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we what we doing now is, I call it revising and giving those that don't really understand or see it an idea. And that's why I feel like what you're doing and what you've accomplished is amazing because, Champ, like you said, you start off doing the music.
Right. So being a music artist, I couldn't find a videographer who kind of fit the vision
that you wanted.
That I wanted. I just kept bumping heads with videographers on my vision and what I wanted. So the person I was talking to at that time was like, maybe you should just invest in your own equipment and shoot your own videos. So once she said that idea, she made me feel like it was possible too.
She gave you hope.
So support is important too.
Exactly.
And she believed in me a lot. So that kind of took me to a whole nother level. Like even having a good support system is also key too. Because having somebody that believes in you and supports you, you can believe in yourself to a certain level, but if you get other people who believe in you too, that
push it.
Yeah, confidence is like incredibly
to
the ceiling. So I did that. I invested in my own camera equipment.
Okay.
And I started shooting my own videos.
Now, what year is this? Let's take the journey to the years. You know what I mean? So everybody can get a little understanding.
2017, 18.
Okay.
Yeah, just to show that this shit didn't just happen. I've been at this for a while.
Okay.
So around 2016 or 17, between 2016 and 2019, those 3 years, I was just practicing shooting, doing work for myself. And then after promoting myself, people started to go, "Who's shooting your videos?" I'm like, "I'm doing my own shit." It was like, "Well,
so you being an artist,
yeah,
and you being the camera,
and I being the cameraman, yeah." I just I realized I like the environment. I like visuals and so I'll get the environment myself. I just need 2 or 3 performance scenes of me rapping, and I'll piece everything else together. Plus, my songs is only like 1 minute and 30 seconds anyway.
Okay.
So it ain't much to put to it.
So you got the whole thing put together the way you need to put together.
Exactly.
Okay.
I followed the blueprint that worked for me.
Exactly. Keyword, he said, worked for him, not nobody else, for you.
And a lot of the times we stay stuck because we looking at what works for other people and doing that, knowing that it's not really working for you. That works for them perfectly fine, but you have to study yourself. I think we study other people more than we study ourselves too.
Way too much.
We look at autobiographies and read books on everybody else, but we don't have no notes and understanding and studies of ourselves. Like study yourself more than anything. That's why now I journal a lot, I write a lot. At periods where I have a lot of money, at periods where I'm struck, I just pay attention to at what points when things are going good, what am I doing? What am I eating? What am I listening to? I write those things down because I start to study myself. Okay, so when you do these things, you get these results.
Exactly.
So why don't you stick to these things that you're and when you don't get the results that you want, what are you doing?
What was I doing? What mind space was I in? Who was I around?
Who was I around? Very important. Very, very key details about yourself.
Small things that we don't take serious because we're doing everything as if we're trending, we're following the trend.
Oh,
Yo, such and such, yo, such and such. That's like when you go to church. They talk about the pastor more than they talk about God. The pastor said, the pastor said. Yo,
wow,
what about
I love that. I love
what
that.
did the word say for you that made you want to elevate? So it's the same thing.
Same thing.
In every culture, in every environment. That's why I use the word. That's why I did with the church, because it goes to show you it's everywhere. We are so caught up in the drummer's beat, the drummer's beat, the drummer's beat. No, drum to your own beat. This what you do, man. So
and that's what the power is. The power is you finding out what works for you and drumming to your own beat.
But you gotta figure out who you are first, though.
I figured. That's why I say you should always have a book on yourself. Just a book with any ideas, things that inspire you. Like you said some things to me today that I might go home and put it in my book because I liked it. It hit me. If something hit you, write it down always.
But I get laughed at. I'm old school.
Nah.
I told you on the phone, I said, I gotta go check the dates. I write everything down. I told you that.
That is key.
That's critical.
Critical. That's why you following everybody else, because you're not doing those things. And you don't know who you are.
And that's the whole purpose of the book, that, like you said, to go back. So I thank you for touching on that, because people don't understand. We get caught up in the phone, but that's the real.
It's the essence.
That's the essence.
It's where the power is. I mean, sometimes things do hit me and I just write it in my notes.
You can.
Real quick.
Of
But
course.
I do have both, though.
It's important.
There's power in writing. There's power. It does something to the mind. Focus, concentration.
Yo, they used to tease me because I read out loud. And I said, my man said, why you read out loud? I said, I like to hear the words, but I also want to put the words in the universe. So if I'm in my house and I'm reading, I want those words to travel when I walk out the door.
Right.
Before I start my morning, I have a select piece of paper and some Bible scriptures that I read, but I read it out loud so those words can travel and go with me throughout the day. I'm setting my tone up already. For others, I don't want to do that. I'm not receiving what I'm reading.
I came across this analogy like not too long ago. It's crazy how you saying that now. If you was going to throw somebody a football, right? Somebody had their hands up, and then somebody had their hands down. Who would you throw it to? The person that was ready to receive, or the person that with their hands down?
Exactly.
The person with their hands up.
Because they're ready.
So when we pray, when we focus, when we constantly have these conversations with God, our hands is up. We in a position of receiving, and He'll throw it to you. But if your hands is down, if you ain't praying, you ain't focusing, you ain't trusting Him, you got your hands down. You ain't paying attention. He ain't gonna throw you the ball. He ain't gonna throw you the blessing.
Because you're not focused on nothing else but everything else.
Every time I'm in the vibration of receiving, I get thrown something. A blessing comes my way from an unexpected source that I had no idea with. And it always happens. But sometimes I get distracted too. I'm not gonna lie.
We human, champ.
I get distracted
we
too.
We all get distracted. I'll do this tomorrow. I'll do it later.
Yeah, of course.
We're human. You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes the
But I don't get distracted
gift.
for too long though.
That's the key.
I snap out of it. Up, you going too far left. Up, let's go. We got to get back on track. You gotta leave us alone. You gotta stop doing that. Get back on track. So it's just being aware that you're off track. Because some people be off track for years.
For decades.
And don't even know.
Don't even realize. You know what I mean? Whole set of verse, going a whole year fast and then go nowhere.
You didn't go nowhere.
You know what I'm saying? My father used to tell me this, man, and it was crazy when my pops used to say this about, and he used this with distraction. He said, son, when you step in shit, how fast do you clean the shit off the bottom of your feet? You're not gonna walk around all day smelling like shit. You're not, when you get distracted, how long do you stay? How long do you stay distracted, or do you immediately, like you said, hold on, let me get back?
Hold on, it's shit. Right. Ooh, I like
shit
that.
Stinks.
See? I'm gonna write that one down when I get home.
See what I'm saying? It stinks. I stink. As soon as we step in shit, we clean our shit off immediately. It's the same thing with distractions.
Yeah. You gonna step in some shit. It's gonna happen.
But how long is this shit gonna stay with you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So King, man, as we continue to just move on, man.
I love that.
We in 2000, you pick up the camera now.
Yeah. So I started shooting my own videos, and people started to tell me like, oh, shoot my shit. And I used to be like, nah, I'm not. I used to say, nah, I'm not there yet. I still have to get better. I really just got it for myself. So I was blocking my own blessings without even knowing it, because I was still stuck on shooting for myself. Because I knew I had the camera. I knew I had the advantage because I was shooting my own videos.
Right.
So by the time it take you to pay a videographer and pay him to edit the video, it takes about 2-3 weeks. And then you got to get money again. My shit was free. I used to go in the city, shoot my own environments, tell somebody to hold the camera for 2 or 3 scenes, piece it up, boom, and drop it. So people were like, how is he dropping videos so fast, so consistent? because I was doing it myself. So I actually there was somebody in Brooklyn, and he pushed me to shoot his video. He's like, bro, I want you to shoot my video. I don't want nobody. I want you to do it. I'm like, nah. He's like, bro, I want you to do it. I'll give you 300. So when he said that changed
We
everything.
start talking about
I was
money.
like, I said, wait a minute. I didn't do it to make money off it, but that's why I said if you chase what you love, the money will come by itself.
Always does.
I wasn't doing it for money. I was just doing it to get further as an artist.
Right.
So once he said, I want you to shoot the video, and it was more so my personality attached to what I was doing that was making people want. Because at these video shoots, I'm around young, talented kids, and you got the artists and you got the entourage. So even during breaks when I'm shooting videos, I'll talk to the kids. I'll talk to the entourage. You know what I'm saying? I think you should be doing this, or watch your circle. One thing that annoys me is when I shoot with an artist and he has 7 to 8 people around him and nobody's recording behind the scenes for him. Nobody's getting content. I'm like, bro, how you got all these people around you and nobody's helping you out? Nobody's taking pictures. Nobody's getting content of you shooting a video. They all just standing there. So I'll pull an artist to the side and I'll talk to them like, yo, you need to watch your circle. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to watch the people around you. Because, you know what I'm saying? And I've been around artists where the team is active.
Right.
And I'm like, these niggas around you right here? This is your tribe. This is your village right here. Like move with them. So when I started to connect my personality to shooting videos, then it became, I don't just want Curt to shoot for the visuals, but he's a good energy to have around in general.
Exactly.
So number one, yeah, I want to chill with Curt. And number two, he can shoot videos. You know what I'm saying? So that's what if you can attach, like I feel like even with this, you're attaching who you are to it.
Right.
That's what's gonna bring people to it. I looked at your page, I seen your conversations. I like, you know, I like your demeanor. I was like, he seems like a respectable guy. That made me want to come here.
Appreciate
your personality was attached to it, and that's what's gonna bring the people in. So once I was able to find something to attach my personality to, just being an artist was only, I was thinking one-sided. God had all these other gifts and characteristics for me, but I was so focused on being this, I was blocking so many blessings. As soon as I kicked that out the window and I opened up to what God, I was like, all right, you know what? I surrender. You got it.
But everybody don't want to surrender. They start to question.
God kept showing me this ain't for you. Over and over and over. This ain't for you. You do it. And if you want it so bad, he gonna give it to you. Fine. Here. Only for you to figure out
This
that it
ain't
wasn't
what
for
I really
you.
wanted.
That's it. If you want it that bad, fine. It's like tug of rope. Okay, you want it, fine. Here,
take
and you
it.
fall on your face. It's like you see, I was trying to pull you this way, but you kept pulling that way. So fine, here. So once I surrendered, the blessings came.
Now let me ask you this. I want to touch on something you said. Now, did your brother, with him passing, did it have any effect on you musically?
Yeah, when my brother died, an identity of me died. I wasn't always just open up. Like people know I was very closed. And I had my little street beefs,
Life.
Harlem, Inglewood, Hackett section. And you know what's crazy?
Where you from?
I'm from Harlem.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But then people don't know that I moved to Inglewood, but we never chilled in Inglewood.
Okay.
We were chilled in Teaneck because our cousins was in Teaneck.
Okay.
So we was more Teaneck based than anything. We would beef with Inglewood and then come to Inglewood.
through the back door.
But we became so cool with the niggas in Inglewood, like fuck with Inglewood niggas, OD, a lot of them.
Right.
It was just a lot of times I think when you're young, it's more of a respect thing and you just don't know how to be cool with somebody. Because I'm cool with a lot of people now who I used to have beef with.
Right.
And it's
the
like
beef was
they
nonsense.
always admired me, but they just didn't know how to. It's like
You don't always want to say, yo. It's like, nah, we can't do that. Or your man that's with him, like, yo, you can't.
Mm-hmm.
What you
Because
doing?
a lot of niggas ain't touch me. They just wanted to argue with me when they see me all day.
Right.
Like, yeah, you did this, you did that, but y'all really didn't want to. Y'all had like a secret admiration from me. Y'all just didn't know how to meet me. We just met the wrong way.
Right.
Y'all didn't really want to put. You know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't really want to do damage. I've been around niggas that wanted to do damage. They're different kind of niggas.
Okay.
So it's more of an admiration thing. And now that everybody's older, everybody got kids now. Everybody's realized mature. Everybody is able to work together.
And that's what makes everything unique, man. So you realized that the Lord said, listen, champ, I got this thing over here just waiting for you.
Mm-hmm.
I want to also touch on something real quick.
One more thing, my little brother, before he passed away, he used to always tell me, it was like, now I see it. I always had a camera
Oh, you always had
for myself.
Okay.
My brother was like, listen, how come you don't, my little brother used to always tell me, yo, Kurt, whenever we go somewhere, yo, Kurt, bring the camera. I'd be like, I don't want to hold the camera. You know what I'm saying? Because there's going to be girls around, homies
The
around.
distractions.
I'm like, nah, because if girls see me holding the camera, that means I'm not that nigga. You know what I'm saying?
And that's how you took something out of this interview. We're gonna get back to go ahead and finish, King.
Yeah. So
He was already planting the seed in you.
yeah, he's already told me, like, bro, the camera's just shit. And I used to be like, no, like, I'm not good. Because the guy holding the camera was not the guy.
Back then, you were the geek. You were the whack.
And
you were the weirdo. You're the dude boy. Why is he holding the camera?
Why is he holding the camera? So I never did it. So that's why I didn't do it. But I always had, like, my brother used to always see me home working on the pictures and editing. And they used to be like, yo, bro, you really into this shit. But when we go outside, you don't be holding the camera. You leave
That
the shit
wasn't
at
a cool
home.
thing to do.
Because it wasn't cool. Exactly. So as soon as my brother passed away, an identity with me died. I didn't start doing this shit until he passed away. So once he passed, I feel like a part of me passed too.
Right. But it gave you the rebirth.
Rebirth, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You were born again.
Mm-hmm.
You were born again, and the reason why I use that word born again, because I notice you also talk about God, and I know that it's important for you because I see it in your face, but not just your facial expressions, but how you talk about it. You're not ashamed.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people be fronting and faking like, oh, nah. Yo, you know and understand why you here, what's your calling and your purpose.
It took me a while to figure out. There's a while that I didn't know, but my faith always was strong from when I was a child. I went through.
It all starts with anything. You got to start somewhere. You know what I mean?
To me, the earlier your faith is tested, the closer your relationship will be with God. My faith was tested when I was 7, 8 years old, being in New York and in foster care and being in different orphan group homes and being that I had to know that this wasn't it for me. Being in a group home, waiting for guardians or waiting for somebody to take custody of you and stuff like that. Right. You know what I'm saying? No, you had to be like, nah, this ain't for me.
Right.
Like I don't know what the plan is.
I was adopted.
So wow.
But the only thing about it is, as soon as I was born, I was blessed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like you said, my faith was tested around that age, around 7, 8, because I had an anger. I was angry, like, where's my parents? Mm-hmm. So it's funny you say your faith being tested instead of believing or being grateful for what I had.
Right.
It was the enemy shaking me like, yo, you really ain't supposed to be here. You don't even know who your parents are. They're not your parents. You're only doing this because they want you to do it. And for years, I could tell the camera looking at, I struggled with that. Years of rebellions, being angry at 2 people that gave me the world. So I understand where you was at when you say your faith was being tested.
That's deep.
You know what I mean? Because you really didn't know. You wanted more.
I didn't know. I just knew.
It was something more out there.
And it was more like an intuition, a feeling. So every time, even now, I get into a situation, I'll be like, my faith is just being tested. That's it. So I go back to that same 7-year-old child. I go back to that situation emotionally and be like, use that faith and that got you out of that situation. We need that right now. That's what I do.
So you dig deep.
I dig deep. And every time that's why I don't trip over stuff. I don't trip. I just go right back to that faith and I bring it and I'll be all right. I know that something better is, I'm either getting detoured or I'm always getting pushed forward.
Right.
Always, no matter what happens to me. It just, you have to be focused enough to see what's the opportunities that are being pushed. People say, I done lost, every job I lost was a push forward. God is always trying to tell you something. Always.
But you gotta have the understanding.
You have to understand. You have to read it. It's like the language of the universe. The universe can only talk to you with events and circumstances. It can't talk to you and intuition. So if you could tap into those 3 things, you'll always be able to see the signs. People coming in and out of your life. Okay, well, don't trip on her not being here. She just not. You about to go on a new journey, and she don't fit the journey. So you gotta go.
Right.
You know. So I don't get too attached. Detachment too is real key to me.
I'm gonna tell you something else too. That's kind of people fail to realize a little bit. Being emotionally free. We deal with so much emotions, but is your emotions either 2 things? Your emotions either got you in love or in fear. I don't want to be fear. I can't be a loving person but be in fear emotionally.
Yeah.
That's the tug of war we was talking about. So I gotta be in love at all times. You know what I mean?
That's what the power is.
The power's in
The
love.
power's in love.
The power's in love.
It's in love.
People, I'd rather be loved. Truthfully, if they say you'd rather be respected, I'd rather be loved.
I'd rather be loved too.
You know what I mean? Love, to me, my personal opinion, carries more weight, man. So now you decided you found yourself.
Yeah.
You're in Brooklyn, you're shooting.
Yeah, shooting music videos for a couple people.
Who inspired you, first and foremost, to pick up a camera? Because I'm gonna go back, the camera guy, like we just said,
right?
You were the oddball. What are you doing with the camera? Who's he? Oh, we ain't messing with him. Now the camera guy is the coolest cat in the room.
Right. Well, when you don't go to college, I didn't go to college, and I went to college for a year, but I never went for film and photography. So I never even been around camera, lenses, and stuff like that. So I was recording a song with this artist. And when I went to his house, he had a home recording, and I looked, and he has like Sony cameras, he has Canon lenses. I never been around these kind of visual tools before. That's what intrigued me. He had just like Canon cameras. I was like, bro, this is all your stuff? He's like, yeah. So I started to, like, you know what I'm saying, play with the camera. Then I started to shoot shoot videos with him also. And then I realized that the videos that I shot for him look way better
than what he was doing,
than ones he was kind of paying for. So I was like, And he only wanted me. He was, after a while, he just wanted me to shoot it. That's when I knew. I was like, okay, it may be something here, but my mind was still attached to being an artist.
Right. So
I didn't take it seriously. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's how I got the urge to want to pick up a camera when I started to be around it. I never was around it.
Right. None of us are really are.
Never.
I think as we get older, or some type of situation may happen, it just pops. I mean, let's just be honest. When I was growing up, nobody wasn't talking about cameras as kids.
Even just, there's no film classes to get you into this kind of stuff.
Well, in high school, they had that, but only a few people.
Right.
And I'm gonna be honest, the few other people took it more serious than our culture.
Right.
You know what I mean? I did watch the Spanish kids and the white kids and the Asian kids really dive into it.
Yeah,
we was chasing the basketball, the football.
And that's what we was seeing. Like,
that's all we knew.
Because it wasn't cool.
It wasn't also in our community.
The definition of cool
is twisted. It's lame.
Haunted us for a while. I think we just kind of breaking out of that now. Like, I got friends who kind of read it. And even if you did read back in the day, you didn't tell anybody.
No one told yo, I'm going to the library to get these books.
No.
It was like, yo, I seen such and such. What you doing? Oh, no, you know, I just had to. But you also knew he also had a little bit of, he always had his own little shit with him. You know what I'm saying? So you're focused now. You still at a tug of war. Now, let me ask you this, because, you know, you come from your hip hop, you're involved with the music.
Yeah, I'm in the culture heavy.
Heavy. You got Hype Williams. You got all these great big video guys.
I look up to them.
As you starting to pay attention to what they're shooting?
Right. Well, you know, growing up, I think you learn consciously, and then there's things you learn subconsciously. So subconsciously, it wasn't hard for me to edit videos because we grew up watching videos our whole life.
Exactly.
So I know from watching 106 in Park, MTV, the videos on MTV.
Yeah.
So subconsciously, I already develop an eyeball for what a video is supposed to look like. It's kind of like I tell people, editing a video and editing a song, music engineering, is the same thing. You just doing it with a sound, and when you're doing it with a visual, like how you take out an echo or you take out a ad lib. If the scene don't fit, you just take it out and find another scene that kind of fits that vibe. So I didn't realize that I learned it when the first time I edited a video. It was like,
but you learned all this on your own.
On my own.
You was your own teacher.
I was my own teacher, yeah. So I could fail at my own rate because I was learning myself.
Right.
There was no travesty for failing. I could sit in the room and fail all day.
Right.
But I'm learning like that. In school, if you fail, it's
trial and error.
It's trial and error. Yeah. So I think when you self-educate yourself, trial and error is way faster. You fail quick, and the quicker you fail, the faster you succeed. So I was failing. There's stuff that I edited and shot I would never show people, but those were my trial and error phases. Right. You know what I'm saying? You keep that to yourself.
But how did you know you were failing at it?
Because it wasn't good to my standards.
Okay.
Oh no, I was succeeding in hindsight.
Right.
It wasn't
That's what I'm asking you.
Yeah.
You said it was failure in certain situations for you.
For me.
How did you know it was failure? Because you knew it was just hold up, this ain't what I'm.
Yeah,
this ain't what I want.
I knew it wasn't to where I was going yet.
Okay.
But I knew I was getting there though.
Okay.
Like I knew I was walking up the steps.
Right. You wasn't taking steps back. You were taking steps forward.
Yeah.
But slow steps. Because you were learning as you were going. And there was no pressure.
That's why when you self-educate yourself, there's nothing stopping you from learning. And I feel like when you I don't know why I always use the school system, because I could see the difference between self-educating myself and
the school
learning
system.
School. You could be learning math. Let's say you fail a math test on Thursday. When you fail, you be like, damn, it stops you from learning it. For me, it's like, damn, maybe math ain't for me. I don't think it wasn't that math wasn't for you. I would get discouraged by failing tests a lot.
Right.
But when you self-educate yourself, when you fail, it makes you want to learn it even more.
Right.
So that's the effect that I had. I'm
because you got that boost, like I could do this.
Yeah, I know I could do this. Oh, this shit didn't come out right. Ooh, so what I got to do next time? Okay, so I need lighting now. Boom, let me get lighting. You know what I'm saying? Well, when I shot it at this ISO, it was clear. But I would mess up with videos all the time. But it'll just make me get better. Like, okay, so I went to a video shoot with no lighting. Just straight the camera. Like, okay, where we shooting at? And that was a big mistake. So now I need lighting. So the next video shoot, I'll have lighting.
I'm packed.
Exactly.
Right.
Make sure the camera's charged.
It makes it's the you know what? It's the learning curve though. You know, it's the learning curve. Now you're developing this eye. You're moving, kid. You're feeling like, you know what? You're leveling up more and more. Where's your mind at this time? Matter of fact, I'm gonna take you to a period. It's COVID.
COVID was, yeah. I made a lot of money during COVID.
I know, because everybody was doing a lot of shooting.
Yep.
And this just dawned on me. This was random. The COVID. That gave you a lot of time to really master your craft. Because I feel like you're a person, I ain't gonna say I feel like, I know that you're a person that you're not settling just to be settling. Somebody may say, yo, this was it. You might feel like, nah, it wasn't really it for me.
It's not really it.
But to them, it was it.
Was it.
So wow, now we hit COVID.
That's amazing. That's amazing you say that. I used to work for Metro North in the city. People who get that job would have just stopped. $28 an hour, benefits, 401k, that's
this is the life.
That's the life.
That's the journey. They're growing up in New York. Those are certain jobs that is embedded in your family. Yo, you know your uncle.
You get one of these.
You see Uncle Curt and then just went.
Yeah. You move upstate, get a house.
Or you move down south and got the house.
That's your life is good. You work. You got a good city job.
You did what was written.
I did what was written. It wasn't written for me. I used to argue with people at that job all the time. I used to be like, "This is it. This is all y'all want to do." I mean, like, I'm not retiring here, because they used to be like, "Oh, just get your 401k, your pension, just retire."
A, B, C.
I said, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm not retiring here though. They was like, "So where you gonna go? What you gonna do?
What's better than this?
Where you gonna get paid $32 an hour?" I'm like, I don't know, but even this money we getting, this shit ain't even real money. If you've been around some real money, this ain't real money. This is shut up money. That's what it is. Shut up and do your job money. This ain't no real money. And I just had to whisper in my ear. I used to argue with them. They'd be like, "So where you gonna go? What you gonna do?" I'd be like, "I don't know. I'm just not retiring here." And I knew it. And then events and things happened. And that was another rebirth, leaving that job. I was able to find out other gifts and talents that I had. If I would have stayed at that job, it would have never challenged me to bring out certain gifts and talents in me.
You'd have still been behind that curtain.
I've still been behind the curtain. It was no way. I would have a nice condo somewhere.
Right.
Living, but I'm still
get those things. Would you be
things.
at peace?
Nope.
Would you be happy?
Nope. I wouldn't. Not this happy.
COVID hits. How did that, you said you made a lot of paper. How did that help you in realizing, yo, there's some paper out here doing these fucked up times?
That's when I knew.
Oh, okay.
The money is out there. We when you grow up around, like, I wouldn't say poor is not just a financial thing. It could be a mentally thing too. So when you grow up around,
it is a mental thing.
It is a mental thing. If you grow up around poor people mentally and poor people, poor habits, you just grow up around poverty. You're not thinking that people have money. It's like so you even charge your fee to the fee of people don't have it. When you start getting around people who do have it, it's just like a fucking mind blowing. Like,
It's like, oh shit, hold up.
What?
That's what we doing over here?
once I figured that shit out, like, wait, people do have money. Like, it changes everything. So it's like, now that I know the money's out there, you can move differently now.
And they willing to get it, and they willing to pay you for it.
They're willing to pay you for it. If you could evolve to that, you have to get better. You have to get good, of course.
Of course.
But if you know that the money's out there, it'll motivate you to get better, to get good. Because like, if I get to this level, that money is there. So, and I think I always kept a small circle. Well, I always had my brothers and my cousins, and they always was positive and positive. But I always had I didn't have too. I knew a lot of people, but I didn't have too much friends. Like, not a lot of people could say they view me on a day-to-day basis.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like, they'll see me like coming and going and things like that.
They didn't have your phone number.
Right. Exactly.
It wasn't a day-to-day conversation.
Mm-mm.
It was, yo, that's my man. You see him, we talk, we
Right.
meet, we greet, but
Mhm.
I don't have your phone number. But I got love for you, but I don't have your phone number.
I was always more purpose-driven more than pleasure-driven. Like, I move more with purpose, and I have a lot of friends who move more with pleasure. So you have to know how to separate yourself. Balancing between the two. Because pleasure is good, but some people are pleasure-driven. Like, that's what drives them.
It's this nigga. What?
Anything connected to pleasures is how they move. I'm more connected to purpose. So I don't care if I have one purposeful friend. That's fine with me.
Right. Right. I get more satisfaction out the purpose than the pleasure. You know what I mean? Because the pleasure is going to come after the purpose.
It's going to come anyway.
So, I mean, I don't have to chase the purpose. I don't have to chase the pleasure.
When I realized that these women were going to chase me anyway, I'm like, how much years of my life? Well, it's still experience. But it's
the journey.
It's the journey, right? I had to learn it anyway. But stop chasing what's gonna chase you anyway. It's a waste of time. It's gonna chase you, and you're gonna attract more what you need, than what you want. You could get like to me, like, attracting what you need for you
more important.
Is way more important.
Attracting than what you want.
Stop chasing what you want, and just focus on yourself. And what you need will be right at your doorstep.
Right, because the more you just chase, it's really you're chasing a small thing.
Mm-hmm. Very small.
But the reality of it all, you want to do the 100-yard dash instead of doing a marathon.
Mm. Well, I'm write that one down too later.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, it's really, that's what it is. You just everything wants to go so fast let me just take my time. And I had to realize that. I'm a person, I used to be like, no patience. Now
it takes time for you to develop too.
I'm more patient than everything. Like, why can't it just happen right now? Then I had to realize it's not supposed to happen right now. And sometimes it's not our timing, it's God's timing.
He knows when.
You got to understand that.
Mm-hmm.
And until you understand that is when you're able to reach that level that you're trying to get to, striving to get to. And I hate when people use the word try, because to try is to fail. I'm striving.
I've been trying to eliminate try out my...
Try and can't shouldn't be in none of our vocabulary.
Shouldn't be in none.
Can't is a word it's for suckers. And it means to me that you fear. You got fear in your heart, because I can't. What do you mean you can't? I can do anything I put my mind to. It may take me longer than it may take you, but if I continue to do it, and that's what I'm supposed to do, I'm going to do it, because I'm a competitor.
And when you're doing something, it just feels right to your spirit.
You sleep better at night.
You know that it's for you. It's something that you can't even. There's no words for it. They taught us words for like little shit, cry, happy, sad. But this feeling that you feel when you doing something that you know is for you. There's no word for that shit. It's just something that it's a language that go beyond words.
It's not even English.
It's not even English.
It's just
it's some other.
It's a different type of. It's more spiritual.
And once I put myself in the element and the energy and the environment, you just know this is for you. It's like putting on a suit and it fits you. Like being an artist, that suit, there was something off with it. The shirt was too baggy.
The jeans wasn't fitting right. The sneakers didn't go with it.
The shoes were off. But when I put on that videographer / like A&R suit, nigga,
I'm unstoppable. It's like you feeling like you kind of like on some Bruce Wayne and Batman shit.
They can't stop you.
You know what I mean?
You're unstoppable at that point.
Unstoppable. Now let me ask you this, man. And I gotta ask you this, because I ask all artists this, man. Did you ever feel like, yo, man, this ain't it, man? Like maybe this camera thing, I tried the rapping, I tried the music, maybe the camera thing just ain't it. Is there a moment that you ever got distracted that you almost put the camera down? Or for you, it was just, this is my baby and I'm just gonna nurture it?
You think about it, but you don't hold on to it.
Okay.
Of course it crosses my mind.
Okay.
Like, is this the thing that's really gonna take you out of here?
Because you knew that MTA job wasn't it.
I knew that wasn't it. And
Did you ever have that feeling about the camera? Like, hold up.
Nope.
That's why I asked you that.
I didn't have that feeling.
That uncertainty. Like, I know goddamn well I'm not gonna keep doing this.
And then things go further when you don't worry about the how, all these things that's coming to me. You're not intelligent enough to figure out how it's gonna happen for you or how you're gonna get there. You're just not smart enough. If you look at successful people who made it, their story is something that they couldn't figure out. For example, look at Eminem, right? When Eminem, how he got discovered, he was walking out of he just finished battling, right?
Right.
And as he walking out, he gave his CD to some random white kid. He could have, and the kid ended up working for Interscope, and he just was there to see what the talent was. You know what I'm saying? And he was the son of A&R. Like he couldn't have drawn that up.
But meanwhile,
in his head,
Fat Joe got his demo and he threw it away. So
leave the how alone. Just move with a strong intent and focus, and things will come to you. The circumstances, the people, they'll come. Just leave the how. People be like, I wonder how I'm gonna do this or how I'm gonna stop doing that, because you blocking everything when you do that.
Damn,
you blocking
you just blessed
everything.
Me with something today.
Leave the how the fuck alone. Leave it. Don't even touch that shit. Just move every day. Just take a step. Every day is a step. Every day. Just take a step. That's it. Leave the how alone. How you going to get...
That's another word I'm taking out the vocabulary.
I'm
taking that out.
Alone. How you going to have a Netflix special? I don't know.
But I'm going to have it.
I don't know.
Right.
I don't fucking know.
Because once you start pounding your head about how I'm going to get it,
right, that's what stops you.
That kills you all the time.
Because the how hasn't arrived yet. The doors haven't opened yet. And maybe it is open. You know what I'm saying? But the path isn't there yet. So leave the how alone. And the path is going to come. But I'm telling you that because I go through the same thing. As soon as I stop worrying about the how, then that's when these opportunities just start falling on my lap. Every time I get the how out the way. Well, how I'm going to make some bread next week? Well, how the fuck I'm going to shoot a video with this person? How I'm going to get this client? As soon as I leave those things, you think about it, but you leave it, you take the thought and you just put that shit in the dresser somewhere.
Right.
And next thing I know, I've been in situations with people that I look up to. Like I've been around Jim Jones, Jewel Santana. You know, Dipset was a strong movement back in the day.
It was a movement.
How did I find myself next to Jim Jones, shooting, next to Corey Guns, next to all these people who I looked up to? If I would have worried about the how, I'd have never got there.
Right.
I just let things happen.
You walked in faith.
I walked in faith.
And not by sight.
And not by sight. Leave sight alone. Sight is a fucking hinder. Leave sight. Sight is the biggest trick of fucking
That's the biggest illusion. Because it's funny on the way here.
Right.
It's funny you said that. And I'm saying this for the culture to understand. Mm-hmm. I was on my way here and I was praying. Like I just I'm always in the van. I might be praying, talking to the Lord. And I say, yo, no matter how it looks outside, today's a great day. Ooh. Like I'm already not even looking at, it's storming, it's crazy. Today's still gonna be a great, no matter how it looks out there, I'm still gonna have a great day today. I'm not gonna allow what's going on out there to stop me from,
I love that.
You know what I'm saying, being great. Because that's the wall.
Because in here, it's beautiful.
We do everything in here. But once we look out, we sitting in this plush spot, but we look out the window, it's pouring out there. But right now, we just in our own world.
Right. I woke up, I seen the rain, I was like, that's nice. About to go I'm still about to go kill his fucking interview.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was like, and I'm glad that you understand that.
When purposeful people are around each other, these are the kind of things that happen.
Play tennis. You know what I'm saying? It's back and forth.
Back and forth.
Yep. We're not trying to beat each other. We just giving each other wisdom, guidance, direction, understanding.
That's fire, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
You on fire.
Nah, that's just it's the reality though. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's the reality when, like you said, when you're around the right people, y'all mesh.
It's not hard.
It's like a meal.
Right.
You know what you want with your meal. You know what drink to drink with certain foods. You know, okay, with this, I'm drinking this. With this, I drink that. Oh, I don't want water with this. I need this with that.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, it's life. Everything is the same.
And
we
then
just make it harder.
And then when you're ready for it too, a lot of the times, like if you ask me, was I ready for this? Was I prepared for this 5 years ago? Probably not. I didn't have the wisdom. I didn't have the knowledge. I didn't have the patience to withhold the attention. So now I realize why I didn't have certain things. But not to take it to the next level. Where you at is cool, but you have to stay there for a certain period of time for things to come. You can't be there for a day or two and then you right back to your bullshit. You can't do that. Like they say, like Jordan is Jordan because he was great for a long period of fucking time.
Exactly.
That nigga didn't just bust ass for 2-3 years and that motherfucker was in the trenches.
The trenches with
for
the
like
worst.
12 years. 12 years is a long time to fucking be at a high level of focus, training, getting better, endurance, shooting all them shots. That nigga is who he is because he held greatness for a sustained period of time. A lot of us can't hold out greatness for fucking a week. And we wonder why.
Or a day.
And we wonder, or as soon as we get a little bit of, we right back to the bullshit.
But it goes back to the pleasure.
Right,
You
goes
chasing
right back
the
to the
pleasure
pleasure.
and not the purpose.
Right.
So that's why you're not great on a regular basis.
Whatever, but keep the purpose
And the pleasure.
ahead of the pleasure.
Right.
Let the pleasure is going to be there regardless. Don't leave that shit alone.
The pleasure Mike got was winning 6 rings.
Come on, you know what comes with that.
Come on. Tunnel vision, man. Like, come on. That
vision.
was the purpose. I did all this to get this pleasure, to be 6.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I need everybody to start understanding. Stop looking for this microwave lifestyle too.
Yeah.
Let's cook for a little while.
Right.
Let it marinate.
Mm-hmm.
Read the recipe.
A
lot of us just in there chefing and don't know what they chefing. Do a little bit of homework. And please, I say this to the culture, because you said it. Have some great people that respect what you're doing around you. A lot of people don't respect what you're doing. They just want to be around you for Curt around Jim. Yeah, but
not just to go back to Jordan. I just use Tom Brady. Yeah. But when did Jordan was killing by himself, but once everybody else became purposeful too, rings. You win championships when everybody's moving with a purpose. You win rings. So you're still gonna need a team. But if you're moving by yourself, you could do so much by yourself. Like Jordan was killing by himself. 50.
But he couldn't win.
He couldn't win.
He couldn't win chips.
Nah. But as soon as Scotty came in and Curry, they brought in people who bought into how he moved, watching his work ethic. When the whole team is purposeful, that's it. Rings.
That's why Magic was great.
Championships.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's why Larry was great. That's why everybody that is really, if you really look around it, the great people have great people around them. And you don't have to be a superstar. You just need people that understand.
You have to become a person of value yourself.
Exactly. People have to understand who you are and what you are. Who you are and what you are. That shit is important because right now, we live in a society, everybody's clout chasing. Everybody's chasing. Yo, Curt around Jim, I got to get up under Curt. Yeah, but it took me years to get up here with Jim. I'm listening to the music in the crib, like I'm singing the anthems, but now I'm the one putting the anthems on television to go worldwide.
That Jim Jones on my way to church, I used to religiously. That album was crazy to me. I'm just like standing next to this guy. But even how like I said, I could have never drew up the how to that situation. I was at another video shoot for another videographer. Okay. I was getting behind the scenes for him. And it was my first time my first time working with him. Through somebody else, I think Vado. Vado had a video shoot. Okay. So I went to support with Vado, and so I met that videographer there. Just so happened the next day, the videographer had a shoot with Jim. So he was like, "Yo, I like your vibe, like your energy, like the way you work. The pictures came out nice. I got a video shoot with Jim." But before that, I could have never drew that up. How it was gonna happen, you know what I'm saying? So, and then that happened, and I grew up in Harlem, so I ended up knowing some of the same people. So.
That was a blessing.
That was a blessing.
But the blessing came when the blessing was supposed to come.
When it was supposed to, right. When I had something of value to offer.
Right. And you wasn't just a clingy and you wasn't just with a bunch of hype. And you carrying yourself with a certain type of demeanor. that means too. Your character means everything.
It means a lot.
Because it's a lot of goofies.
Mm-hmm.
You see it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Goofing off, just wanting to be with the phone. I'm here, I'm there. Yo, you don't have to do all that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? These are, you know, everybody bleeds and shit like us and eat and does the same thing.
I feel like I'm never around people for no reason. Like even I'll be on a train. If I'm sitting next to somebody and like we spark a conversation, the fact that we having a conversation, now I feel like there's something you need to tell him that he needs to hear. Like I always feel like a vessel. I feel like God wants me to tell you something, but he's using me to talk to you. Kind of like, because there's things that I say that just comes out that I didn't even know that. I'll be like,
where did that come from?
Yeah, I'll be like, that came from him.
And you might not be able to go back to it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was the release. You know what I mean?
That. And they be like, and a lot of people be like, wow, I needed to hear that. And da da da. I'll be like, well, I didn't tell you that. That nigga told me to tell you.
Right. You know what I'm saying? My spiritual advisor told me
God told me
to
tell you.
You know what I mean? My partner told me you need to hear that. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
So let me ask you this, man. Let's talk about, you know what I'm saying, Young Icon.
My brand.
Let's talk about the brand, man. Let the culture get.
I always tell people your brand is your baby. And you have to treat it like that.
What made you come up with the name Young Icon?
Well, I was reading DJ Khaled's book.
Okay.
The 7 Keys of Success.
Okay.
So as I'm reading DJ Khaled's book, the word icon he just kept using it throughout his book.
Okay.
Icon. And what's attached to icon is greatness, just standards. Legacy is attached, like everything attached to
icon. Iconic.
So I and then I used to spell Young Icons Young, but now I spell it UNG. I just shortened it up because it looked too doofy when it was like that. So just make it short and sweet. It's kind of one of those ideas. It was an idea that ideas come to you. It was just an idea that stuck.
I feel like it fits you. I feel like it fits you perfect.
Yeah, it's like
what we just talked about, putting on that. Young icon right here. What are you talking about? I'm a young icon. We got talking about.
And I'm surrounded by icons. I'm surrounded by people. So I make sure, even with this brand, I'm surrounded by house names. Even in the streets, I'm surrounded by just people who are of legacy, people who are very known for doing iconic things. Yeah, like right. I'm only associated with like the top tiers of the icons, people who are looked at highly. But there's an icon in everybody. You know what I'm saying? If you find
we all icons.
I'm not saying I only
but you gotta find what is your true. Let's be clear. Your true icon.
Exactly.
It's not something you trying to be or trying to fit in to be. You're true.
Mm-hmm. So if I could supplement, icons is like young. It's like leaders.
Yes, they are.
Young leaders. I really only associate with leaders. Kings. That's why we talk to each other. King is like, right. So I knew off jump through text, he gets it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where he see himself. Because in order to call somebody else a king, you gotta see yourself as a king too. And I feel like that's what a power is. Like I'm secure within myself, so I don't mind calling another man king because I'm a king my damn self.
I'm a king. You know what I mean? I ain't got a problem calling you king.
You a king too.
King, champ. I'm calling you king or champ. Either you're a king or you're a champ. Right. Champ is someone who wins.
And some niggas, they be having niggas around them that can't even call them kings because they don't feel like they're a king themselves. So
Come on, man. I call my sons kings. Young kings. You know what I mean? My daughters, young queens. That's who y'all are. You know what I mean? So life is... You're journeying, man. You at a stage in a position. Young Icons is moving, man. But
yeah, I'm next. I probably feel like subconsciously also I developed an eye for talent. So I feel like starting a movement is way more stronger than starting a record label, because I feel like Dipset was a movement, right? Like Dipset was a movement.
A movement. JR's Hell Rider.
That was
Hell Rel.
The way
JR Rider.
Like, people wanted to be like Cam. People wanted to be like Jewels. People wanted to be like Jim. Like people really like used to wear the chain on the jeans.
Come on,
like
Jim put the ACGs on everybody's feet.
No disrespect, but G-Unit was like a record label. Like it's a difference. You know what I'm saying?
It was more. Yeah.
Nobody wanted to be like Lloyd Banks. Nobody wanted to be like Tony Yayo. Nah. Maybe 50.
Yeah, 50 because he's the front runner. But nobody wanted to be the unit.
Right. So my thing is, I seen the difference between the two. When you start a movement,
that's a good comparison too. Bro. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, now Dipset is a move. Like I want to start a movement, and then like I don't want the label's gonna come
The label's already there.
Yeah, they're gonna be waiting at the door. So I think my next journey is starting a movement with artists who I feel are very inspiring, artists who feel like they have something to say, artists who I feel like have their own wisdom to share. I want to have artists in the room that share artists' wisdom and knowledge within each other. You know, I want to hear you educating on your downtime, educating homie over there, or y'all coming up with your own. If you just put great minds together, great things happen. But I have a talent for I could see a great mind. I could talk to somebody like he has a great mind, and I could talk to somebody else and be like, you have a great mind too. So maybe y'all two should know each other.
You don't mind.
Yeah.
It's like being an offensive coordinator. You putting the plays together.
I'm like Professor
and you're in
X.
the booth.
Yeah, I'm like Professor X on the low for sure.
Yeah, and that's one thing I noticed about you when I was, running through your stuff. I see, it's just everything is kind of like formatted, but it's on a level of excellence. Mm-hmm. And it's like
that's what gets posted.
But I know the bullshit.
You know, right. Exactly,
I know the bullshit. So it looks, but your demeanor. See, this is the difference. I look at your demeanor. I look at the character that's being presented. I know the difference between a clown, a monkey, and an individual. All three can be in a circus. You can have a ringleader, you can have the clown, you can have the monkey swinging. But which one is going to be the one holding it down? The ringleader. So when I'm looking, I'm saying, he's the ringleader.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I'm watching you behind the scenes, but behind the scenes.
Right. I used to shy away from that too. People used to always try to tell me, oh, Curt, if it wasn't for you, Curt, I used to be like, but after a while, I'm like, nah, shit.
Take on that.
Yeah, I am a visionary.
Put on that. That's one of your coats. We wearing that coat today. If I need to be the visionary today, I'm a visionary. So much now you can look back and be like, wait a minute. You see, the good thing about getting older is that you can look back and see your patterns. And that is so powerful. Key.
That's why people become a whole lot more successful. There's some young niggas that get it early.
Yeah.
But for others, but like I said, what works for you? But when you get older and you start to look back and see the patterns, it'll help you navigate so much better.
And easy.
It's like a cheat code.
Yeah. Because
that's why the older you get, you're able to maneuver through life.
Without even letting it knock you down. We'll do this then.
Yeah.
That's not a problem. You know what I mean?
You're able to trust yourself because I've been in these, like when I go to video shoots and sometimes the artist has no direction. I'll be like, I'll show up and be like, all right, so what's the vision? Oh, I don't know what you think. Before I used to be like, shoot, I don't know, but you have to adjust. Number one, how does the artist feel? Is the song we doing fit how you feel right now? You can tell me you want to do a song and then we go do the song and you're not in that vibe.
You ever been in that situation?
Yeah, I've been in that situation a couple of times. I'll be with an artist and I'll talk to him while I'm setting up the camera, and he'll be talking about, yo, man, I'm going through this, or I'm saying job this and going through this. But we doing a song that's talking about shake your, I'm getting money, I'm hopping out the Porsche, and I'm like, bro, that's not how you feeling right now. So why are we going? How am I gonna get you to say words and emotion, and you're not even in that type? Play me another song. So he'll play me another song, something more close to his heart.
That's fitting him that day.
We doing that song. You sure? Because we doing this song. We're not doing other song. And it turns out amazing all the time. That's why working with me is very, very different.
Yeah, because you, once again, are the visionary.
Right. I'm gonna tap into how you actually feel. Cause I know it's gonna show. If you doing a song to my gear, if you fronting,
you could tell.
And you not in the fronting vibration right now, you not up.
We wasting time.
We wasting time. Or you gotta be mad fake. Oh, it's gonna come across.
You can tell
visually.
You can come when it says cut. Yo, my man, what? In the corner with his head down.
I was supposed to do a song in a strip club. I know the artist. He telling me going through it. We end up doing the right song in the parking lot. We didn't even need the strip club because that wasn't the vibe of what he was really trying to do. And a lot of people when they book videos, they don't really know what they want. They think they do. But when you get with the artist and you sit down with them, but some artists do be with the up shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but you can tell the difference.
I'm gonna ask you a question, man. I'm gonna throw some words at you, man. I'm gonna ask you this first question though. What separates you from the rest?
I like to feel human around people. Like I want to get into the core of who are you? Why did you create this song? You mean like music wise, like videography wise? Yeah, I want to get to the core of why do you? You know, I know how to get there, but once I get there, there's a truth. Like there's better videographers out there and everything, but people come to me because I know who they really are.
Right.
There's conversations that like you're not going to be able to talk to every videographer. Videographer just going to come, set up, shoot. Now, while I'm doing all that, yo, how's your daughter? You good? What happened to that? Even if I have some wisdom to give you, yo, matter of fact, I know my man's, he work at, you need a little part-time? Yo, I'm gonna plug you in. Like, I'm a different kind of, I'm involved. I'm way more involved than the average videographer. Like, I'm invested in a lot of these people's careers and a lot of these people's lives. Like, my talent can get people record deals.
Mm.
The service that I serve can change somebody's life.
Wow.
So I take that very, I like being able, like if there's people now that go off and do whatever they want to do with it, but I feel accomplished that I helped that person become something of value, that somebody else seen something in them to take them seriously.
So that really separates you because
I'm invested.
Exactly. And that was a great way, you know what I'm saying, to express that, because a lot of people don't understand. They rather it's me.
But I'm like that outside of videography.
Yeah.
So that's a character in me that just spilled over.
That's your jacket. That goes back to the multiple jackets that you wear, though.
Because even if I wasn't shooting your video and we was in the same space, I still would want to know. Because I just like, I like being social with people. It just spills over into
it's
that.
natural.
It's natural.
And that's what separates you from everything else.
And that's just like what separates you from doing what you do for everybody.
Right.
If you could find a service that's attached to your core, you're unstoppable. That's it. You're gonna win 100% of the time. Cause it's a part, like this shit is a part of me.
Right. This ain't something I'm just out here doing for a couple hours.
But you have to attach it to you, and it has to attach well. Like being a music artist didn't attach to me well.
And you knew that.
I knew it. This ain't it. This ain't it. But the attachment fit. You know what I'm saying? And I like changing people's lives. So that's why I feel like going and starting a movement. And I run across so much talent now that I'm like, people want me to do so much. I'll be like, listen, bro, if I could sign you, I would. So what I have to do is put myself in position to put other people in position. I could put you in position content-wise, but I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, right. I can't give you the bag, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't
give you the bag.
I can't give you the bag.
I can get you to the building.
I can get you to the building. I like that. I'm gonna write that one down too.
Yeah, I get you in the building.
I get you to the building. I work with you, you're gonna get to the building.
Right.
Niggas know. I get you to the building. I work with you. Even if like a day like today, I'll hit one of my clients up. You don't pay me, but I know, bro, it's raining outside. It'll be dope if you did this. And it's a client that always pays on time, works with me. I'm like, bro, put a nice fit on. Let's just go take some pics. I think it'll be good for you. But I don't got the bread. I don't care about that. Don't worry about that. We just gonna go take these flicks because I know you need it. I know, like, you know what I'm saying? So, but some people I do that with. People who I really, really, you know.
Yeah, but you talked about that off camera, man. You said you worked for free for a couple of years.
Yeah, I worked for free for like 2 years, 2.5 years. Just because I knew what I had in my mind, I needed the experience more than I needed the money.
Yo, can you repeat that?
Now I needed the experience way more than I needed the money. Your little $200-$300 wasn't worth the experience that I need to actually shoot with you. That $200, $300, I'm gonna blow that anyway. You know what I'm saying? But the experience, I was hungry for experience. I was hungry. Whatever.
You knew that, and you knew that you had to do that.
Yep.
To get to where you can get to where you at today.
I don't care if you got it or not. I need this footage to practice. I don't care about the money right now. Plus I had a little side job too, so I just needed the footage.
You knew what you were doing.
I knew what I was doing.
You had already had an idea, but you was also willing to do it for the word free.
I put my pride down.
Exactly. You put your pride down because you wanted to run the marathon. Another word I'm gonna throw at you. Young icon. Where are they in 5 years?
Leaving the how alone, somewhere where I could have never thought I would take this shit. Somewhere where I'm like, I knew I wanted to do this, but I didn't know this shit was gonna happen. I ain't know we was gonna be here.
Right.
Putting people in position to be highly successful, changing lives, changing the narrative, changing the culture, making what wasn't cool
The greatest shit
the
on earth.
greatest shit the greatest shit on earth. You know what I'm saying? But working with everybody, like when I say culture, I work with everybody.
Right. You're not just doing hip hop.
I'm not just.
You working with a vast.
I work with people. I don't care about races. You could be Spanish, you could be Polish, you could be Albanian. I don't care. If you're a good person,
That's all that matters.
I'm rocking with you. Because you could be black in the dickhead. So you could be white in the thing. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. But other people who want to see other people win. So.
And I respect that about you.
How I'm gonna get there?
You don't care about that.
You don't care about that.
We gonna get there.
We gonna get there though. Yeah, we gonna get there.
If you had 3 artists to work with.
That I haven't worked with?
If you had 3 artists that you would love to, what would be the 3 artists you would love to work with? I don't care what they do. I don't care. They don't have to be rappers. They could be actors because, congratulations on the short film.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing short films now. Ooh.
But let's get to the 3 actors because we're going to close out on the short film. The 3 artists that you would love to work with. Because your plate is getting full now. The resume is growing.
They just signed up. I like Benny the Butcher.
Okay.
Because I feel like visually we would come together on something amazing. Signed or unsigned?
It don't matter.
It don't matter?
I don't care. I don't care if it's Rover the dog. Well, if Rover's popping and you can shoot the visuals for the next cartoon, you gonna shoot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I work with so many artists. Benny the Butcher. I just have so many artists that I love shooting with now.
All right, let's talk about your top 3 then.
All right, cool. I love shooting with Swan.
Okay.
Swan is a very talented artist.
Okay.
He's from Harlem.
All right.
His music is just different. He has a different sound, a different vibe.
Okay.
He raps from pain.
All right.
So I always listen to his music and I just connected with him. Swan.
Okay.
My man Russ. He's from the Bronx, but now he lives in Jersey.
Okay.
Young, talented. He could rap his ass off. He don't even write. He just raps.
Okay.
Like he just raps. Very talented. Floss Relly.
Floss Rel, shout out to you.
Floss Relly, that's one of my other guys.
That's my guy, yo. That guy.
I shout you out.
Man, he's a little, yo, Flossy,
great.
Stop playing, my man.
Stop playing Floss.
Please.
Floss is one of my favorites. And Parquet is my favorite too.
Shout out to Park. You know
Parquet is, his punchlines is
it's crazy.
Woo, that's my guy. That's my guy. He's another one that it's only a matter of time.
I feel like he's 1 second away. People say one hit. I feel like he's 1 second.
Yeah, the universe is cooking up something special for him.
It's very special. Shout out to those brothers too, man, the Bergen County team, man.
Word.
Yo, it's crazy that you name unsigned artists.
Yeah.
Not no big names, not the hype, but just those individuals that are working. Because those brothers are grinding.
Grinding.
And you only move with movers and shakers.
Right. I want people who are on their way there, I want to see it happen. For not people who are already there. It ain't no fun in recording with like a Drake, Future. You know, I wouldn't get
It's a blessing.
Right. It's the I'll take the blessing, of course.
It's but definitely great for the resume, but for
the feeling of seeing somebody here.
That purpose.
And I helped them to get there. Iconic. I don't even bother you after that. Like one of the artists that I named Russ, he's doing so many good things now. And I just the push to help him get there was just all I needed.
That's all you need.
He'll still hit me up and stuff. I'll be like, I ain't worried about you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like in a good way.
Right.
Like, bro, go. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully.
Go be great.
Go be great.
That's
all I want you to do.
Right.
Just go be great. And now that'll fulfill me. Now if you not moving, if you start being lazy, if you start being distracted, that'll hurt me. That hurts. Because
I'm like that too.
You're not doing.
You passionate about this thing. Me too.
That'll hurt.
That bothers me. Like, yo, come on.
Come on.
All you had to do is pick up the phone and we could have had a conversation. Because we all need those conversations.
I looked at your page. You ain't posting a while.
What you doing? What's going on?
No, what you doing?
A lot of people just doing stuff just to be doing it. A lot of people just want to say, yo, this is what I'm doing. This is what I got. You know what I'm saying?
I want to see it.
That's a whole nother topic we can build on. But we gonna let that go. We ain't gonna get a universe that. Yo, you about to do films, man. You doing short films. Next is you gonna do movies, man. Let's talk about that as we close out this short film game, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
congratulations.
Sometimes
There's levels to this shit, champ.
It's levels to it. It's levels.
And
It's a whole different. It's a whole different.
Going up that escalade. How'd you get into that a little bit?
Well, I started to look at who was around me. A lot of the times, what you need is right around you. So I was looking for actors, or I was thinking in reverse.
Did you do the how process? Did you went through the how process?
I cut the how off, and everybody just came to me. A cool guy that I'm really, really cool with, Darren, he sings, he acts. I know a whole bunch of people who have the talent. I'm like, wait, the talent is right around you. Just use what's around you. Every time I use what's around me,
it works.
It works. Every time I think too far ahead or try to use these other people that are outside of my reach, that's when the blockage comes. But whenever I use what's naturally around me, I go right through the door.
It works.
It works.
It works. Now with the filming, are you writing as well? Or you just straight filming the short joints? I'm
writing the scripts myself based off of past experience. But what I also do is I talk to people. I only choose people who've been in the situation before. So like I know my friends very well because I talk to them. So I'll put them in a scene to a position that they actually been in life, so they can go to that emotion that they actually was in and they can act it. I'm not gonna put actors in an emotion. Like if you ain't never get no bitches, I'm not gonna put you in a scene where the nigga was just tearing everything up. You know what I'm saying? But if it's a guy that I know has experience with females, then yeah, I'm gonna put you as the fucking player. I'm
gonna let you play your position.
He know how to play that role. Yeah. So with me, it was easy for the people to say yes because it's roles that they've been in.
Okay.
So of course I do that. Yeah, because I need to get some shit off. You know what I'm saying? I've been in this situation before, so it's not hard. It's not really acting, really. It is acting.
It's not, because you're putting them in the position that they've been in already, so they're comfortable.
And it makes it easier on the artist, on the actor. It makes it easier for them. So that's my approach to this thing too. Finding out the script, but not only the script, who actually can relate to the script
to make the script complete.
Like, because you have the look, but the look to me, I wouldn't do it. I want to know, can people feel it when you act? Like, can people feel it? Like I'm saying, like when you talk from a certain, you could just feel realness.
You know, especially when you're there behind the camera putting everything together, so you know what you're looking for.
Right, I know what I'm looking for.
Yeah, man. So congratulations.
Not only can you play the part, do you live the part?
Right.
Yeah, that.
Congratulations on that step, man, because a lot of people are not even ready to take those different type of steps, man. Yo, King, man, I could sit, man, we could build forever.
You can talk forever.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I know, today's today, and we got a lot to do. And
we'll revisit this another 5 years. We'll do this again.
Of course.
You'll have a way bigger platform. I'll be a way bigger artist. You know what I'm saying?
Everything could just be where it needs to be. You know what I mean?
Right.
We'll be laughing about shit that wasn't even funny. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But King, man, salute.
Thank you.
Thank you for allowing me to sit here with you, man.
Appreciate you too.
Yo, man, I'm sitting here with the King, man. Lavish, young icon. The future is here. It's now. It's present. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
And it's a movement that's taking over not just the Bergen County, but we going global with this. You know what I mean? Remember the name, remember the person. And honestly, I'm blessed, man, because I got the exclusive, man. So I thank you for the first sit down that you ever did. And yo, man, my platform is always open. If you, give me a holler. If you got anybody you need, anything you doing, you need me to holler. The support is 150 and beyond. Yo, anything you want to let the coach know before you get out of here, man?
All right, well, Lavish Curt, Young Icons is the brand, videographer, photographer. Just spread love, knowledge, and wisdom. That's really my goal. Shooting videos just happen to be attached to who I am as a person. So whenever you get around somebody, just inspire them. Try to give them some wisdom. I want to see them win. Shout out to this guy right here for having me.
Man, thank you, man.
Amazing host. I forgot I was even interviewing.
Nah, I'm just kicking it, man. Appreciate you, King, man. I really thank you, man. You know what it is. Yo, I'm just going to sign out. I usually tell you I'm the voice of the culture, man, but you know what it is today? It's a lavish day. Young icons in the building.
Hey.
Stay blessed. We out of here.
Stay blessed.
King.
That was amazing.